This is the very interesting podcast, episode 6, with your host, MyGod. I was just listening to Stairway to Heaven, and that's the best song out there of all songs. If you don't like, you can have a lot of opinions about music and food and other things, but when it comes to music, if you don't like Stairway to Heaven, then you gotta no 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 there's no limit. No 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 no. Recognize the song? There's no limit. And that's an example for not so great song. And if you like the song, the No Limit song, there's no limit to what's wrong with you. Just kidding. Like whatever you want. But if you haven't listened to Stairway to Heaven, especially the live versions when they're totally coked out, do yourself that favor. And also, since we're talking about food flavor, have some avocado, because that is also the best tasting food. So listen to that song and eat an avocado with a little bit of salt. And then that brings me to the main purpose of this podcast. Just take a break from eating meat. If you're eating meat, take a break from it until at least they come out with this artificially made stuff, so that you don't have to have a animal suffering in a cage for many months or even years, just so that you can have a good flavor in your mouth for a few seconds or minutes. Also chocolate, for example, the one I have right here, 85%. Oh, dude, this is the best. If you by any chance have a, damn it, what's the name of that store? The brand is Auchan, Auchan, the bio chocolate 85%. If you don't feel good, make yourself feel good. Get some of that chocolate. But don't eat too much, you don't want to get a fat ass. Actually, get as much fat ass as you think you need. So, there's this other song. What's the name of it? Man, why do people sing certain things? Why don't they just say them? I got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. Why? I guess you could say that. You don't need to repeat that 20 times in a song. I really don't quite get it. I guess if you really want to, well, maybe it's just to make money, but if you really want to say something, you don't have to sing it. So keep that in mind. All right, let's cut let's get to the main. Let's do this. I don't have anything really. What I've noticed recently though is that a lot of people use their phone all the time, right? And I do too. There's a lot of swiping and tapping going on, and I've noticed lately that seems like a lot of work. It's stupid as that sounds, but do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know? Oh, I, I have a friend who, we were joking, this was a long time ago, but we were thinking that, let's say you have sex and you being a guy, and then you start making really high-pitched sounds, just like a lot of girls would. I guess typically it's probably the guy is something like, and then the girl is like, oh. So let's say, imagine if you all of a sudden, as the guy, you'd go, oh. And that was the hardest I've ever laughed, I think. And right now I can't even laugh about it. It's not funny anymore. Funny things lose their funny. Like that movie, Airplane is still somewhat okay, but the other one where the knights, and they make sounds with coconuts like to sound like a horse, that is has almost completely lost its funny for me. Oh yeah. So all that swiping and tapping it seems like work these days. It's a lot of an effort. So I've noticed I use my phone less because I don't want that kind of work. Um, uh, Dude, just looking at my skin here, and I noticed that I have no tattoos. And when I go to the gym, it's pretty radical because everyone else has tattoos. So I'm the radical guy. Man, it's just I kind of like the idea. There's something about it that I like, but what I don't like is that they blur after a while, and it doesn't look so cool anymore. And then it actually looks kind of dumb. I mean, if it doesn't already look dumb, because a lot of tats look dumb. But second thing I don't like is that there is a chance that like you're putting something into your body that your body doesn't really have or normally, and some people say it can go into your system and cause problems. But anyways, the main thing is there's nothing even on a t-shirt that I would want to wear constantly. Because I was thinking, should I get a tattoo someday? Well, I could test it. I could just make a shirt with that design on it and then see if I'll wear that for a year every day and still like it. And I didn't even get to test that because there's nothing I would want to do that with. It's kind of like singing, I guess. Like if you really want to express something, I probably don't have enough drive to express. There's nothing that I need to express so badly. Um, Man, it smells a bit weird in my office, and it might be the dead cockroaches, because I built a trap. I still have cockroaches here, but I built a trap that's made up of really good duct tape upside down, and it's a square, and in the middle I put peanut butter and some other yummy things that cockroaches go for. And so they walk towards the peanut butter and they think, oh yeah, my favorite, uh, and then their front leg gets stuck, and then the other front leg, and then they're just stuck on that thing. And so now I'm wondering, are they actually thinking, oh damn, I'm stuck? Or do they just, they just cannot they just think, oh, gotta pull my feet up, gotta pull, and it's that 1 second kind of thought that goes on and on and on and on. If that's what happens, then I'm okay with that. But if they're actually getting worried about it, then I feel kind of sorry for them, because now I have 2 of them stuck here. They're dead now. But one of them ripped out one of his legs in the back. That's how strong he was pulling. I think that's what happened, or maybe someone else pulled that leg out. But the other day there was just a dead cockroach, a big one, on the floor. That was not, no, that was just dead. And then I noticed that it looked like some other cockroach had started eating parts of it. Kind of weird, huh? Imagine you, like the cockroach comes up and they are so, I don't want to say dumb, but so, low level brain activity that they don't even recognize, oh, this is another cockroach. No, they just kind of smell, oh, what's that? And they go closer to it and like, oh, and they take a bite of the ear, or maybe cockroaches don't have ears, but they take a bite of the leg, and then, what's this? They eat some more. Oh man, this tastes like guff. It's the Danish. It's a Danish ice cream sauce. Some white paste that's super. It really is pretty yummy. This tastes like guff. Oh, yum 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 yum. Eats more, and then he starts looking the cockroach's face that he's eating. He's like, oh, looks kind of like mommy. Yum yum, and forgets about it and keeps eating, and then animals can be really funny. Like when dogs poo, they look at you, and they apparently, I just learned, they do that for, like they're hoping that you're gonna look out because they are in a weak position. They couldn't just run away right as they're pooing. Or why not actually? They pretty could. That's the theory behind it. So they look at you. They want to get a signal from you that everything's okay and safe. There's a big grassy area near my house, and all the people with dogs go there and let their dogs do their business. And whenever, you know how it goes, when someone's watching them, they're going to pick it up with a plastic bag. But when no one's watching, they're all just letting them do their thing. So there's so much dog poo on it that my kids and I, we call it the dog poo area. One day I was riding with my bike and there was this woman and the dog was just pooing, and I was riding by and I knew if I wasn't gonna look, she wasn't gonna pick it up. So I just rode by her slowly, and then I stopped. And I turned around and I kind of looked in her direction. This was about 10 meters away. I didn't look straight at her. I kind of acted like I was looking at something else. But she knew she was within my visual range. And and then the dog just walked on, and she did not make any attempt to pick up the poo. And looked at me, and I think she was sort of waiting for a reaction. And I looked at her, and then and I thought she would get the message. I thought she would, hey, there's somebody watching, I should pick up the poo. He must have seen what just happened. And the way I looked at her, I probably looked at her like I would look at, like if you have a cereal box, you look on the back sometimes when you're eating cereal and there's nothing else to look at. And then, but there's nothing written on it. Like as if I was looking at a cereal box that had nothing written on it. That's how I looked at her. And, yeah, and then I thought, okay, what do I do now? And I did nothing. I just turned around and kept driving. So what's the moral of that story? No moral, but that grassy poo area, um, it's actually quite a bit greener on the outside edges where all the dogs do the business. So in that sense, it's good. Mm, I think I'm gonna have some more chocolate. That chocolate, I only eat 2 pieces a day, but that stuff is so good that um, I don't even know how to. See, it's hard to put that in words, huh? How good something tastes. It's like when I'm eating it, my body is communicating, like my on the topic of pooing and stuff. My butthole is talking to my mouth, and it's saying, "Dude, I am already looking forward to shitting this out." And the mouth is saying, "Yeah, man, I know exactly what you're saying there." Oh man. Um, I was watching the other day a YouTube video about some super rich guy who had built or who let others build the ultimate RV. That's what they called it, I think. It's based on a new Unimog, big 4x4 truck, and then it pulls a huge trailer and it's all white. And in the trailer, on the top of it, they have satellite dishes and antennas, and it looks like out of a sci-fi movie. It looks almost like a spaceship. And I had seen photos of this before, and I always thought, hey, that's cool, man. That is cool. I want this truck. I would like this truck. So then I watched this, and now um, it's so that thing is so dumb. Um, it You gotta watch it if you get the chance. Watch this because some reporter goes and once films it and does a little documentary on it, and then he asks the owner, "Hey, how much was it?" And the guy doesn't want to say it, and says something like, "Well, it was more than a pickup truck, but less than a I think he said jumbo jet." So you know, saying that it was a lot without really saying it. So that was douche point one, and then he yeah, so they so they had spent a few years building this, and he shows them all the gear inside, and it has everything. It has all kinds of computers for measuring the uh, I don't know, the humidity of the ground below, and all these things. And so then and on the back it has a motorbike, some kind of very futuristic motorbike I think with a diesel engine. So the reporter wants to test drive it and take it down, and the thing doesn't start up. Okay, and then he says, "So can we go for a ride in the truck?" And the rich guy, the owner, he's like, yeah, okay. So they go in this thing, and I think it also first doesn't start up, and then they make it start up, and they go, and then you actually see how huge that trailer is, and they never go more than I think 20 kilometers an hour, or maybe it was 30, super slow, can barely make it around any corners because that thing is so huge. They finally end up on a street somewhere, and then it breaks down, and there's a massive diesel leak underneath, and all the technicians have to come out there. So they had driven maybe a kilometer or two. It was so funny. Um, so why am I talking about this? Because that gives me Schadenfreude. If you don't know what Schadenfreude is, then please look it up. This explains. It's a good example of why you would have Schadenfreude. Uh, yeah, sorry, it's been so long since the last episode. I had nothing to talk about. There was the Las Vegas shooting, and I had some theories on it. Why the guy shot all these people, and yeah, I forgot what my theories were. Something about Trump, and something about his girlfriend, but I don't know anymore. Actually, wait, Trump? Yeah, maybe he didn't like Trump, and he figured these are country music festival people that go there. There's probably a pretty high percentage of Trump supporters. But if he had said before I'm a Trump supporter, then no, if he had written that like, oh, I'm gonna shoot all these Trump supporters, that would have probably helped Trump. This way nobody knows, and he just got rid of a bunch of Trump supporters. And by the way, I completely, I feel very sorry for those people and for the families and all that. Just wanted to give my 2 cents, my theory. And also, it probably, it renewed the gun debate, gun control debate a little bit. But you know how that goes. That happens monthly and nothing happens. Have you seen those videos, Will It Blend? Where the guy puts cell phones and things like that in a blender. And so the topic is like they're gonna see if that smoothie maker blends something that's not really considered blendable. It really reminds me of if you've seen the movie Idiocracy, where the people in the future are really dumb and they're watching movies in the theater where they just see a butt that's farting. It's not far from that, the blending, I think. We are on that path to the butt fart movies. Got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. There are more and more people with those rubber boat lips that I've talked about in the past. It just amazes me. But then there are people who have naturally fat lips. That would be kind of rough these days when you walk around with your naturally fat lips, and people are thinking, dude, you're really overdoing it with injections there. And then you use every opportunity to tell people my lips naturally look like they have been injected. Man, yeah. See, that's why I haven't done a podcast in a long time, because I have nothing to talk about. Very few things. Just staring at my phone here. My best friend, my phone. It sounds funny, huh? But in a way it really is. I think depending on how you define a friend, but this is the thing you always have with you, and you have a lot of physical interaction with it. You ask it things. It gives you interesting information. Pretty soon when they come out with robots, robots you can actually buy, not too expensive, that walk around with you, that's seriously gonna be your best friend. Gonna walk around with you. Always be there for you, and then actually even possibly protect you. But don't forget to recharge it. And then we're gonna have self-driving cars. So you're gonna sit in your self-driving car, and next to you will be your robot friend, or maybe even more than one, in your car with you. Man, people are gonna do things in their cars that they're gonna yeah, because you go in your car and you wanna use that time. So people are gonna go to the bathroom in their cars. If you wanna make some serious money, start now. Design a toilet for self-driving cars, where you sit in your driver's seat and you can do that. And they're gonna need good phone holders too, so that you can sit in your, like, while you're being driven to work, you're gonna poo and look at your phone, and you want hands-free, and so you need a phone holder sort of near where the steering wheel was. So design that to make some money. And then next to you will be your robot friend. And I wonder, it's gonna be funny, it's gonna be a bit weird probably some in the beginning, as you're sitting there pooing in your car and the robot looks at you, and hopefully it's smart enough at the time to not look at you actually. But then, yeah, I think that's it, guys. Thanks for listening. And please keep in mind that to go vegan or vegetarian. Thanks for listening.